folks. Here we are, Monday, January, I guess it's 18th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So this was a that around. So yes, today we are, we got tired Mickey because that's how I feel today. Hello, greetings everybody. So first thing I want to say right out of the gate is, for anybody who has sent me messages or tagged me in posts or anything since last night, super buried, loving the fact that everybody is replaying and joining in and everything, but it's taking me a second to get caught up on everything. So if you've sent me a message or you tagged me in something, I promise I will get to it this afternoon. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So, and thank you to everybody who joined me for the Ask Me Anything last night. The replay on that will be up for another about 10 hours. So if you haven't watched it yet, this would be a good time to do that this afternoon. So the first thing I want to start out with is this really cool, I'm going to share the post on this, and I think you actually have to be you might have to be part of the Nailed It group to see this post. I'm not sure, but if you're not, you should join the Nailed It group anyway, because they have lots of cool pictures. But this is an album that has lots and lots and lots and lots of nail art stuff in it, and it's not necessarily that it's like the best art or the best, you know, it's not the best of the best or anything like that, but there's like 14,000 pictures in here. And so if you're struggling to find some information, inspiration for something that you're doing, this is a great album to just sort of thumb through. Some kind of fun things. Like, I had never thought about doing negative space, pastel, and matte. Like, I just never thought about that. And so that could be kind of fun. And I have some clients that would probably dig that. So, you know, just when you're looking for some inspiration, I saw a couple in here I wanted to point out to you guys. I've got these big, huge, pink Swarovski crystals that I got in a swag bag somewhere. And I'm like, they're huge. Like, how would I normally use something like that? And then I saw this, and I thought, well, that's exactly how I would use something like that. So now one of my clients who likes to have really dressed up nails, that's something that's really easy to plop a big stone in the middle, do it matte, use some top coat with a striper brush and do the X and glue the stone in the middle, and we good, you know? I mean, that would be something really fast to do and fun. And I think that we need to not overlook some of the really fun, simple nail art things we can do. I think we can get really caught up in, like this. This is a lot of glitter, right? We look at this and we go, wow, that's a lot of glitter. But when you look at this for what it actually is, it's really only a couple shades of glitter on some nails. So that would be, oh, thank you, Jamie. That would be super easy to do and it wouldn't take that much more time because you're putting glitter on either the whole nail or down one side, and then you do down the other side, and then you grab a different glitter and you do a whole nail, and you go down this side and you go down that side. It's really no more time consuming than doing any other kind of rock star nail, but it looks super fancy. So I think there's like 14,000 pictures in this album or something crazy like that. And so this is just, you know, we talk about the nude trend and how everybody's wearing nude right now. Well, nude, that's a very natural shape, but it's got some gold bling on the ring finger, you know? So just if you're looking for inspiration, there's stamping, there's, oh my goodness, hand-painted things and glittery things and all kinds of stuff in here. So if you're looking for some nail art inspiration, this was a post by Unique Manicures, and this was in the Nailed It group. So I will put this up in the comments below this video on the Facebook page. Something that I think is really interesting that I saw this week and I saved in my videos is I saw 2 videos about gel that I think sum up how differently we look at how we perform services in our industry. I notice that that I think she might actually be here with us right now. I think I saw her join, but there was a video on a reverse sculpted gel. Yeah, Robin Schwartz. I think you're here, aren't you, Robin? And this video is a great video to explain and show the different techniques of how you make the form fit to be able to sculpt this gel, and putting the real thin, clear base layer down on the extension, so that you have a base to work on when you're laying the white down, and a very artistic looking gel nail. It's a great apex placement at the top of the nail. It's got a super deep smile line. It's elongated the nail bed. It's definitely a couture gel nail French application. So and it's got a lot of steps and everything. And so we've got on one end that type of video tutorial services being performed where we're looking at a full set of gel nails. They're going to be perfect and they're going to be couture, but they're going to take like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes in the salon, even if you're really good. I mean, there's just a lot of artistic sculpting that's going on with that. And then on the complete other side of the spectrum, there was a video that came out this week from Nail Tech Pro that was how to do a pink and white gel fill in less than 30 minutes. And they had the video, there's no explanation. They had the video at 4 times speed so that it would only be like 6 or 7 minutes long, but cover a 20-minute gel fill. And this is on Nail Tech Pro. And I'm going to put links to all these in the comments under this video on Facebook. But this video is a total example of crank it out, and let's see if I can get to it's using an e-file. I'm talking this is a screen grab of the video. I commented, let's see if I can get that without the reflection. Okay, there we go. I commented that please, for the love of God, wear gloves if you're going to be sending that dust all over the place, and use some sort of a dust extraction system, even if it's like one of the table ones that pulls down that you work over or something, because gel dust is so fine. And I can see that the operator in this video is just wearing a dust mask, and over time with the fine gel dust, that does absolutely nothing at all. So, definitely, some comments to be made about that, but that shows that, and they're just nails. There was a natural nail underneath. It was a fill. So there was no extension or sculpting. The client had no broken nails. It was all done with an e-file, other than shaping the free edge. So just that complete opposite end of the spectrum. And I think it's appropriate on Martin Luther King Jr. Day to talk about embracing that equality that goes on in all the range of our industries. Now, I'm not talking about the people who are doing things unsafe or not clean, or, that are hurting people, those kind of things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about safe procedures, but from the artistic scale, there's cranking it out, fast food, get them in, get them out, high quantity, low cost. And then there is the other end of the haute couture, extreme nail design. And so we all fall somewhere in that spectrum. But that's just a reminder that there's clients for everybody. You just have to figure out what you like to do. I mean, I said last night on the Ask Me Anything that I can do a set of white tips and clear acrylic in 30 minutes. I don't even need to use an e-file to do it. And I could totally do that. And let me tell you, if it came down to feeding my family, I absolutely would. But I don't enjoy it. It's not nails that I like doing, so I don't, but I could. So that's that whole developing your skill set and then picking out where in that spectrum you want to be. So that was, those were some things I had on my mind today. Just really focusing on nail art as something that you can add to a service that maybe, so it works, I mean, it helps for client retention, because if you can add something to a service that doesn't really cost you a lot of extra money, doesn't really take you any extra time, because you've got your timing down with your process with everything else, and you can do that, and maybe you can just add an extra $1 or $2 on, but it didn't take you any extra time. That's just to cover your product. That's customer service that your clients are not going to go anywhere else. If they go to another salon and then they want the same nail art and they're like, oh, well, that's an extra $5 and it's an extra $2 to shorten and it's an extra whatever, they're going to be like, dude, I'm not going someplace where I'm going to pay all these extra charges. I'll just go to my normal person. So some of that comes from the perspective of client retention too. So it is 12:13, and because I have been so busy on my taxes and University of Nails stuff and all that, I have not had I think everybody else is busy too, because there hasn't been, other than pictures, there hasn't been nearly as much stuff going on the website. I know everybody's getting ready for Long Beach and the nail competitions. You know, Long Beach always kicks off the show season. I know everybody's been getting ready for that. So there's just a whole lot going on. In case you aren't aware, since we're on the subject of taxes, there is a QuickBooks cloud-based online program that is only if you're a single business person, you don't have payroll, you don't have any of that stuff. It's cloud-based. It is only $9.50, I think, a month. It's under $10 a month for the subscription. And since we're at the beginning of the new year, and so there's not a whole lot of New Year supplies and everything to enter yet, if you're considering going to a computer accounting system, that's a pretty cheap way to do it. And then if you just enter in your stuff every week, that's a really easy way to do it. And QuickBooks generally integrates with most of the online scheduling and booking platforms. Most of them will integrate with QuickBooks, and almost every bank online statement and everything will integrate with QuickBooks. So that if you aren't aware that that's an option, you don't have to spend the $200 on the software program. And you know what? You can sign up for it and you can try setting it up and you can use it for a month. And if you hate it and go, no, this is way more of a pain than just using a pen and paper and a file thing, then you can just discontinue it and you're only out like $10. So on the note of taxes, that might be something interesting to do. I have accounting training, and it's just me. So I still do just a manual set of books, but I'd like to develop a whole software solution that's everything from marketing and booking all the way through to accounting on the back end. I would really like to simplify. In today's computer technology world, it would be so easy to do. My accountant said to just use a spreadsheet for small companies. Yeah, I mean, you can actually set up an Excel spreadsheet that will do the same thing. And if you set up columns for each of one of the expenses, and when you enter them in, you just put the expenses in and the date and everything. When you get to the end of the year, you can go to the bottom of every column and just click auto sum in Excel. And then you have the sums you need for everything for your Schedule C. I mean, when you're just one person, it's really easy. You should be doing cash accounting, not accrual accounting, and it's money in, money out. So, Yeah. There's I always just carried a little notebook that I wrote down my mileage in, but there's an app for tracking your mileage now because there's an app for everything, right? There is an app for tracking your mileage now, and so especially if you are someone who is mobile, that would be a fantastic thing for you because you really need to keep track of your mileage because it's a part of your cost per service. So you definitely need to do that. So I don't have anything else for you guys today. I'm working on a project that I'm working on for someone, and I have University of Nails website goodies to do today and tomorrow, and do my own taxes, finish totaling up my own taxes and get them filed. So I'm buried in nails too, just like you guys are. Luckily, I have kind of a light client week, so that's kind of good. Not good for income, but good for getting things done. So I better capitalize on it, right? Make hay while the sun shines. So unless anybody has anything else for me who's still here with me, enjoy your holiday day off. I have a dream nail tech speech that I'm working in my head this week. I have a dream that one day all nail techs will be judged by the quality of their work and not the color of their skin. I have a whole big, longer speech I'm working on that some of you guys will get to hear about that at some point, but that's another rant for another day. Everybody does deserve a day off now and again, and with the kids home from school and stuff like that, it's usually easier, but I have a kid who is not in school today, but he is babysitting, which means I have a nice quiet house and a nice quiet computer to get work done. And so I'm going to capitalize on that. So everybody enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow at same bat time, same bat channel. Make sure that I'm not going to repost last night's Ask Me Anything anywhere because the chat bubbles, I think, are really important because we had a really good conversation. So make sure that you catch it on Periscope before it disappears, which you have about 10 hours to go. So yeah, make sure you go check that replay out. It was, it started out a little slow, but boy, once we got rolling, we had a good time. So, all right, well, I will leave you guys to that, and I will, do Chat Bubbles show on replays. Yes, the Chat Bubbles show, you can still give hearts. It's just like watching it live, except for you can't enter chat, obviously, because it's a replay, but you can still see all of what everybody's talking. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag depending on your internet connection. You'll sometimes not get some bubbles for a while, but I tried to be good about reading what the bubbles were as they came up for the questions, but it's some of the commentary that you'll miss if you're not watching it with the bubbles. So yeah, totally watch it on replay. Yeah, you can give hearts, you can do all kinds of stuff like that. It was entertaining. All right, no more chatter. I'm going to drink my mornings are rough coffee. That's how I feel today. It's a Monday, kind of. So that's me. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Happy nailing.